Namaste, immortals, and welcome again to our yoga session with me, David, here in Prescott Valley. And this is going to be a relatively brief session where we really talk about the hip flexors, finding length in the hip flexors, and that's actually going to enable you to have nice comfort in your lower back. Because with a nice extended or lengthened psoas muscles and the other hip flexors, you don't really have this pull here, which can happen as those muscles shorten. Sometimes you see people with a bit of a hunch here, and they have this like kind of a posterior tilt of the pelvis, and this shortening here in the front. We're gonna make sure we have maintain that sense of length here through the front side of the body. Okay. So great. So let's kind of come into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. So really begin to notice the four corners of your feet, the big toe mound, little toe mound, the inside and outside of both heels. And you're going to press those pillars, if you will, into the mat, into the earth. And you can feel this. As soon as you do that, you can really feel as if you're lifting out of the pelvic floor. Feel your core becoming engaged as you lift the heart. And then imagine that you're like a puppet on a string, and the string is connected really to right in the center of your skull, and lift up through your crown chakra. You can find this sense of alignment here. You can walk a little bit forward. Notice how that sends you a bit out of balance. Same thing, we walk slightly backwards, and we want to find that Goldilocks position here where it feels just right. Awesome. Let the shoulders move towards each other, shoulder blades move towards each other, palms face forward. Engage core, inhale, reach the arms up, and as you exhale, we'll swan dive in the forward fold. And we can clasp wherever is available. You can clasp your ankles if you like, and draw the spine down. Feel your elbows moving out wide apart. Go ahead and meet that stretch in your hamstrings. Exhale. Then as you inhale, go ahead and press your palms into your shins. Reach through your crown and gaze towards the floor. Then as you exhale, hands by your feet. Step your left foot back into lunge. Lower your hips down and forward. Now we can really feel that stretch in the left hip flexors here. Lift through the heart and crown. Flatten your hands, right foot back into lunge. Breathe here, inhale. Go ahead and protract your shoulders and hunch to the back for a plank. And then as you exhale, we're going to come forward onto the toes. Bend the elbows straight back for Chaturanga Dandasana. And then upward facing dog. And then exhale into downward dog. Fingertips are spread wide apart. Index finger knuckles are pressing into the mat. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, right foot forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. External rotation of the shoulders. Palms face up. Come onto your toes. Push into the support. Inhale, lift through the fingertips. Exhale, heels down. Shine your heart forward and down. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Reach through the crown. Exhale, hands down. Right foot back into lunge. Lower your hips down and forward. Inhale here, lift the heart. Exhale, hands flatten, left foot back, plank. Inhale here. Exhale, forward onto your toes, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And breathe here. Inhale, now gaze forward. Exhale, right foot forward. Lunge, inhale. Breathe into your left hip flexors. Exhale, step your right foot down, left foot forward. Clasp your ankles, draw spine down, exhale. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Root to rise, come onto your toes. Good. Exhale, swan dive in the forward fold. We continue this warm up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands down, left foot lunge. Inhale. Exhale, plank. Chaturanga, Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, hips high and back. I like to take a nice little half step in with the feet and feel the heels reaching for the floor. Feel the entire back line of the body in extension. Inhale here, gaze forward. Exhale, left foot forward. Lower your hips down and forward. Breathe. Exhale, right foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Press your feet into the mat. Lift up. Exhale, swan dive into forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands down, right foot lunge. Inhale, right heel presses back. Exhale, left foot back, plank. Exhale, Chaturanga, Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Hips high and back. Think about having an external rotation of the shoulders, of the upper arms, and an internal rotation of the lower arms, pressing your fingertips into the mat, especially that index finger knuckles. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, right foot lunge. Breathe. Inhale, enjoy your breath. Exhale, left foot forward. Clasp your ankles, draw your spine down. Inhale, reverse swan dive. We can press into the mat. Come on to our toes. Then exhale, hands into Namaste prayer. So we did about 2 sun salutations. That can be a nice warm up for us. Okay, you can feel the heat in the body. Now we're going to vinyasa down into I think we'll move into child's pose here. So we're gonna inhale, arms out to the sides, reach up, swan dive, forward fold. Clasp your ankles, draw your spine down, elbows wide. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands down by your feet, bend your knees generously and walk the feet back into downward dog. Breathe here, gaze forward. Exhale. This time we're going to simply bring the knees down. So let's go ahead and press back into child's pose briefly. Your knees can be about mat width apart. Forehead moves towards your mat. So really feel a calming effect of child's pose. Just really calm down the nervous system. Always let your breath flow. Never hold your breath in yoga. Let's come on to our hands and knees. So our wrists are directly under our shoulders, knees directly under our hips. We inhale, tailbone comes up for cow, gaze up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, chin to chest, and hunch. Inhale, tailbone up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, press your mat away, and hunch. Last round, inhale. And exhale. Find that movement here. Movement in the hips. Good job, guys. Let's come into a neutral spine. Breathe here. Inhale, reach through the crown. As you exhale, go ahead and press that left foot back towards the mat. And press the ball of the left foot into the mat. Extend through the crown, elongating your spine. Inhale. Exhale, let's bring the left wrist behind, the left knee behind the left wrist. Tuck your right toes under and slide that right knee back and then place it back onto the floor. We're coming into pigeon pose. All right, so lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, we can walk the hands forward and breathe into that right hip, into the left hip primarily. Now remember, this is primarily going to be a hip opener class. So it's really nice just to hang out here in pigeon just for a few breaths. And press your elbows into the mat. Just bringing a lot of awareness to your breath. Breathing into that left hip. And then we're going to walk the hands back in towards your shin. You can come into a nice high pigeon, fingertips onto the mat. Lift up. Now we're going to bend that right knee, and this is where we find that nice release in the upper quadriceps here. We're going to bring the right hand towards the the right ankle. Or we can bring both hands onto that ankle and feel the hips moving down and forward. You can feel a really nice stretch in the psoas muscles here. Breathing, chest is expanding. Then as we exhale, we can go ahead and lower the hands down. Tuck your right toes under. And we're going to press back into tabletop pose. Okay? Reestablish your tabletop pose. Other side. Inhale. We lengthen through the crown. Exhale. Press your right foot back. Inhale here. Lengthen. Exhale. Let's go ahead and bring that right knee just behind your right wrist. And if you want to have a deeper stretch of your right hip, you can bring the right shin more or less parallel to the front edge of the mat. All right. Tuck your left toes under, slide the left knee back. Lower your hips down and forward. Lift your heart. Inhale. Even gazing up. Then as you exhale, move towards pigeon, walking the hands away from your shin. Press your elbows into the mat. So we aren't really just hanging out like this. We aren't really letting the heart sink. We're pressing our elbows into the mat. Lift the heart. Reach through the crown. Elongate the spine. So the crown is coming away from the pelvic floor. Notice your breath. One more. You got this. Inhale. Then as you exhale, let's go ahead and walk the hands back in towards your right shin. Fingertips onto the mat. Coming to a high pigeon here. Then bend that left knee. Find your left ankle with either hand or both hands. Okay? Feel your hips moving down and forward to continue that stretch in the hip flexors. Breathing here. Nice job. One more breath here. Then as you exhale, you can release. Sometimes I like to just give one last little, little pull here. Feeling that stretch in the front of the thighs. Good. Now let's come back into tabletop pose. Inhale here. Exhale, right foot between your hands. Tuck your left toes under, slide the left knee back again. Feel the hips moving down and forward. Clasp your hands. Place your clasped hands onto that right knee. Feel your heart centered over your hips. Move into a crescent lunge here. Raise that right hand, raise the left hand, and we can even clasp the hands together. Feel the movement of the hips down and forward. If it feels okay, you can gaze towards the ceiling here. Or just reach through the crown and gaze forward. Breathe here. Exhale, release. Hands by that right foot. Let's go ahead and straighten the right leg. We're going to flex that right foot and bow over the extended leg. Exhale. Breathe into the hamstrings here. And then exhale. I'm going to step the right foot back. So notice this is kind of a flow. We're not really holding the poses very long. We're going to inhale, reach through crown. Moving with our breath. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Tuck your right toes under. Lift the right knee and slide it behind. where it was. Okay, feel the heart or feel the hips moving down and forward. Let's clasp our hands together. Place the clasped hands against our left knee. Still the hips move down and forward, just meeting that stretch. Listen to your body. You don't have to go this deep. Some of you may be able to go a bit deeper in this pose. The heart is centered over your hips. Inhale, left hand up, gaze up, and then exhale. Inhale the right hand to meet the left. And I like to sometimes clasp my hands together and gaze up with the index fingers pointing up. Just breathe here. Lengthen out of the pelvic floor. So try not to feel as if you're collapsing down into the pelvis. Keep lifting out of the through the crown. And reach through the fingertips will also help that lifting sensation here. Hips continue to move down and forward. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, hands down by the left foot. We're gonna go ahead and straighten your left knee. Dorsiflex your left foot and exhale, fold over the extended leg. Inhale, complete inhalation and exhalation. Awesome. Now let's come back into tabletop. Cool. All right, good job so far. Okay, one last little movement here that I really enjoy. It's really great to have a sofa or something right behind you. Notice that my left shin is right up against this sofa. Okay. All right, let's bring the right knee over the right foot in front of, back into a kind of a lunge. But notice now that I have an even deeper stretch perhaps in the hip flexors here. And this can be just like we did just now with our amazing lunge. We can keep the hips moving down and forward. Control this stretch with that right leg, with the right foot. Okay, feel the hips moving down and forward. And I love to just kind of clasp my elbows here and just feel the heart lifting, breathing into the upper chest here. Feeling that chest expand, maybe even gazing up. And eventually, you can even begin to clasp your left foot from here. I'm not really that flexible in my hip flexor, so I can't really do that yet. You can even gaze up, and then go ahead and place your hands back down. And from here, you can really feel that beautiful stretch. Awesome. Now let's try the other side. Let's come out of that one. Let's go ahead and place the right shin so that it's right up towards the couch. Left foot steps forward. Just like we did in our crescent lunge, except it's a deeper stretch, probably. You can inhale the arms up, out and then up, reach up through the fingertips. And we can regulate how much stretch we get. We can feel the hips moving down and forward. Clasp your elbows behind you, lift the heart. Feel the chest expanding with that breath. And exhaling completely. Listen to your body. Inhale, extend, and then exhale. We can bend that left elbow and see if we can find any sort of sense of energetic connection with that right foot. Okay? Good. Okay. Hands by that left foot. Feel the hips moving down and forward. Just get about a nice lengthening in the hip flexors of the right side. Sustain your breath into the right hip flexors. And then as you exhale, let's come on back. Come on down. Re-establish tabletop pose. Let the knees come out wide apart. Big toes touch and press. Go ahead and allow the hips to press back towards your heels. Bring the arms out in front of you. Forward onto the mat for child's pose. Relax your face. And just allow the body to breathe deeply. And then whenever you're ready, you can kind of find a nice, comfortable seated pose. And just take some time to notice how comfortable your hip flexors feel after that active stretch. Feel as if you can press your sit bones into the mat. Reach through your crown, extend the spine upwards. You find this sense of peace. So what we're doing in yoga is we're developing a peace physiology, and that's going to be really healthy for the long-term, really beneficial for the long-term health of your body. Thank you so much for joining me. I inhale with gratitude. I exhale with compassion for all beings. Namaste.